Welcome to Hero Villains. So who do you think would win, Iron Man or Cyborg Superman? Iron Man, the man in the iron suit, isn't just the embodiment of technology, but also a symbol of human willpower pushing beyond limits. Beneath the shining armor lies a once broken heart, kept alive by faith in intelligence and a burning desire to protect the world. Cyborg Superman, reborn from the ashes, is a half-human, half-machine nightmare, driven by a genius mind and endless hatred. When Tony Stark soars through the sky, his Arc Reactor lights up the night. When Hank Henshaw appears, space itself bends under the force of advanced Kryptonian technology. One fights for belief and hope, while the other exists for revenge and the need to prove superiority. Two machines of intellect, two opposing souls, colliding in the roar of metal and fire. Before we dive into the analysis, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you so much for your support. Iron Man possesses terrifying power, unmatched intellect and technology, far ahead of its time, a genius who turned human limitations into a gateway to the extraordinary. His strength doesn't just come from his body, but from his armor, a true masterpiece of science. Tony Stark's suits are tough enough to withstand collisions that could send him flying hundreds of meters while still functioning perfectly. Some versions even draw power from the Infinity Stones, amplifying his strength to levels capable of lighting up an entire continent. In his battle against the Hulk, Iron Man demonstrated incredible power, managing to push back the Green Giant as if he were a toy, something only a handful of beings in the universe could do. In his confrontation with Thanos, Tony fought not only with courage but also forced the Mad Titan to bleed. The Mark 85 armor stands as the pinnacle of Tony Stark's legacy. Built after the previous model was destroyed, it uses advanced nanotech that allows flexible reconstruction, enhanced endurance, and adaptability to nearly any attack. The Mark 85 can even absorb energy from the Infinity Stones, giving Tony enough power to activate them and destroy the gauntlet, fully aware that the act would cost him his life. Stark is a rare engineering genius. He can design and upgrade suits for others based on their unique abilities and fighting styles, as seen with War Machine and Pepper Potts' rescue armor. Every creation of his is a blend of intellect, courage, and self-sacrifice. During the 5 lonely years following Thanos' snap, Stark never stopped working. He built more than 34 new suits, each representing a major leap in technology and a reflection of his unyielding spirit. Later, Tony joined the time travel mission to save the universe. Returning to the Battle of New York in 2012, he and the Avengers sought to recover the Infinity Stones before they fell into enemy hands. Inside Stark Tower, Tony skillfully coordinated with his teammates to retrieve the stones, marking a turning point in their plan to restore everything lost. Once all the stones were gathered, he, Rocket, and Bruce Banner built the Nano Gauntlet, a technological marvel modeled after the original Infinity Gauntlet but redesigned to be compatible with a human body. Hulk, being the only one strong enough to handle the immense power of all 6 stones, performed the fateful snap. Tony quickly deployed an energy shield to protect Hawkeye and himself from the massive energy surge, then rushed to aid Hulk, whose arm was severely injured from bearing that unimaginable power. Even though the price was enormous, all the victims were brought back to life. However, that victory was short-lived. A version of Thanos from 2014, along with his massive army, suddenly attacked the Avengers compound, obliterating everything in their path. Tony Stark, Captain America, and Thor stood their ground. They discovered that Thanos was waiting for the 2014 version of Nebula to bring him the stones so he could complete his plan of total destruction. Without hesitation, the 3 heroes charged into a battle to the death. Tony fought with every ounce of strength, intellect, and courage he had, determined to stop the enemy even if it meant sacrificing his own life. That was the moment Tony Stark proved that behind the iron suit was the heart of a true hero. One of Tony Stark's most incredible feats was when he used his own technology to defeat Magneto using Jupiter's magnetic field. Stark harnessed energy from the planet with the strongest magnetic field in the solar system and converted it into a massive shockwave that completely stripped Magneto of his ability to control metal. However, the feat that shocked the entire universe was when Iron Man faced the Phoenix Force, a primordial cosmic energy representing both creation and destruction, powerful enough to burn worlds to ash or erase erase entire realities in an instant. Even Thor couldn't harm it, yet Iron Man chose to face it head-on. Using his genius-level intellect, he designed a weapon system capable of manipulating energy on a cosmic scale to stop the Phoenix Force before it could annihilate everything. When Stark launched his attack, he couldn't destroy the Phoenix Force. Nothing in existence could, but the blast created an unexpected outcome. The cosmic energy was split into 5 separate fragments, each bonding with a member of the X-Men: Cyclops, Emma Frost, Namor, Colossus, and Magic. They became the Phoenix Five, each carrying a portion of the immortal Firebird's power. Although the aftermath led to countless consequences, one truth remained undeniable. Tony Stark accomplished something no one ever believed possible. Tony Stark once stood against one of the most terrifying threats in existence, the Dark Celestials. These ancient beings existed long before the stars themselves, wielding power beyond the limits of the universe. They once forced Galactus, the devourer of worlds, to yield without even using their full might. Even Odin, the All-Father of Asgard, couldn't defeat them in direct combat. Yet Iron Man, a mere human with a superhuman mind, dared to face them. In that life or death battle, Tony donned the God Killer Mark II armor, a masterpiece built specifically to fight cosmic entities. The colossal suit stood nearly 100 meters tall and was powered by primal cosmic energy, allowing Stark to go toe-to-toe with the Celestials in the depths of space. He stopped them when they tried to destroy Earth and even managed to lift and take down a Dark Celestial, an achievement that not even Sentry, the man who possesses the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, could accomplish. Though the Dark Celestials eventually joined forces and shattered his armor, Tony narrowly escaped destruction at the last possible moment. Tony continued to reach new heights. He designed the Godbuster armor, considered the most perfect creation in his entire technological legacy. The Godbuster wasn't just a weapon, it was a machine capable of annihilating beings that existed beyond the limits of reality itself. Stark used it to destroy the Motherboard, a cosmic entity that had created the entire simulated world he was trapped in. According to Riri Williams, the Godbuster's energy output far exceeded that of any of Tony's previous armors, so much so that even Tony decided to dismantle it, fearing its immense power could threaten the balance of the universe. The battle with the Dark Celestials and the creation of the Godbuster proved that Tony Stark was more than a scientific genius. He was the embodiment of humanity's relentless pursuit of perfection. I truly hope you'll hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us and you are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Hank Henshaw, later known as Cyborg Superman, is one of the most terrifying and tragic villains in the DC universe. Before falling into darkness, he was a brilliant astronaut filled with a passion for space exploration and a dream to push humanity farther than ever before. But a horrific accident in space completely changed his life. The spacecraft that Henshaw and his crew were piloting suffered severe damage after being exposed to cosmic radiation, causing them all to undergo terrifying mutations. In a desperate attempt to survive, Henshaw used electronic technology to transfer his consciousness into a computer system, turning himself into a half-human, half-machine being. But the tragedy didn't end there. When Henshaw and his wife returned to Earth, his body began to break down piece by piece, while his wife, Terry, was slowly pulled into another dimension. Superman tried to save Terry, but the pain of loss and overwhelming despair drove Henshaw's mind into the abyss of hatred. Before that, the remaining members of his crew, unable to endure the agony, chose death, leaving him completely alone at the edge of life and machine. From that moment, Henshaw became convinced that Superman was indirectly responsible for his suffering. That obsession slowly grew into madness. Using his vast scientific knowledge and Kryptonian technology, he built a synthetic body identical to the Man of Steel's, powered by his own hatred and cruelty. Under the name Cyborg Superman, Henshaw didn't just want to destroy Superman, he wanted to destroy the very hope he represented. He became a twisted reflection of Earth's greatest hero. Cyborg Superman wasn't only a formidable physical opponent, but also a symbol of the deep tragedy of a man who once reached for the stars, only to be dragged into the abyss by the darkness within his soul. Using NASA's advanced communication systems, Henry Henshaw accomplished the impossible. He transferred his consciousness into the birthing matrix, the very Kryptonian spacecraft that had once carried Superman to Earth. From that matrix, he built himself a smaller ship and left Earth, beginning a lonely journey through the stars. During his travels, Henshaw discovered a truth that reignited his hatred. He learned that at the exact moment of the accident, Superman had been fighting the villain Eradicator. When the battle ended, Superman hurled Eradicator into the Sunday. Henshaw became convinced that this act caused the energy surge that led to his ship's destruction, costing him his wife and crew forever. Consumed by rage, Henshaw eventually wandered to a planet ruled by Mongol, one of Superman's most notorious enemies. There, the darkness in his mind completely took over, amplifying his paranoia and hatred. Henshaw convinced himself that Superman had deliberately caused his tragedy and that he had been nothing more than a pawn of fate. Forming a dark alliance with Mongol, Henshaw used his genius, intellect, and technological mastery to create a plan for revenge, one focused entirely on the destruction of the Man of Steel. From a devoted astronaut, he became a man consumed by vengeance, a broken soul caught between genius and monstrosity. After news spread that Superman had died in the epic battle against Doomsday, Henry Henshaw saw the perfect opportunity to carry out his revenge. Consumed by hatred, he decided to impersonate the Man of Steel and tarnish his legacy before the entire world. With his extraordinary intellect and the advanced technology at his disposal, he created a perfect artificial body identical to Superman's, so convincing that even those closest to the real one struggled to tell the difference. Using his knowledge of the Kryptonian birthing matrix he had once seized control of, Henshaw recreated Superman's physiology by fusing nanotechnology with Kryptonian alloy, an ultra-durable material once studied by Professor Hamilton. Beneath the gleaming metallic armor and the familiar S symbol on his chest, Henshaw appeared as a resurrected Superman, giving humanity the false hope that their hero had returned from the dead. But behind that noble facade was a soul completely rotted by hatred. Under the name Cyborg Superman, he began spreading chaos, using Superman's reputation to destroy the very faith people had in their savior. He committed ruthless acts in the name of justice, slowly turning the world against the very symbol they once worshipped. The rise of Cyborg Superman marked a dark era in Earth's history, a time when evil wore the face of a hero. He didn't just want to destroy Superman's body, he wanted to erase his image from the hearts of humanity, replacing it with fear and despair. Cyborg Superman is one of the most terrifying opponents ever. While many believe that Superman surpasses him in raw strength, speed, and endurance, things are completely different when it comes to this cold, mechanical version. Cyborg Superman not only possesses the physical power of the Man of Steel, but is also enhanced with advanced technology, giving every punch the force of a machine combined with the brutality of a being without moral restraint. In some of the bloodiest battles, he has defeated Superman multiple times, taking down Superboy, Supergirl, Steel, and Eradicator all at once, without breaking a sweat. He even came close to killing Doomsday, something almost no one in the universe has ever done. His reaction speed operates on a nanosecond level, making it nearly impossible for opponents to keep up. His metallic skin is virtually indestructible, reflecting light like the armor of a war god. Compared to Red Hulk, Cyborg Superman completely dominates in speed, strength, strategy, intelligence, and energy control. He can fire energy beams from his eyes, manipulate nearby technology, and calculate thousands of battle outcomes in an instant. While a fight between him and Red Hulk would be brutal and evenly matched at first, Cyborg Superman's cold precision and desire for total destruction would make it devastating. Cyborg Superman isn't just a version of Superman freed from compassion, he's the embodiment of a twisted genius housed in the body of a steel god. And when he strikes, no one truly wants to be there to witness it. Cyborg Superman is completely immune to all weather conditions, including wind, rain, heat, electricity, fog, and more. His senses, movements, and actions are completely unaffected by environmental factors. He is immune to all elemental forces, both direct and indirect. When exposed to sunlight, Cyborg Superman becomes stronger, faster, and more resilient, unlocking solar-linked abilities and amplifying his already immense power. Beneath the steel skies, Cyborg Superman attempted to infiltrate Stark Industries systems, aiming to clone and take control of Earth's entire satellite defense network. Tony Stark quickly detected the anomaly and realized this wasn't just a regular cyber attack. It came from a hybrid intelligence part human, part machine, fully self-aware. Without hesitation, he suited up in his newly upgraded Mark armor and traced the source of the signal to a collision point between two realities. When they finally faced each other, Hank Henshaw uttered one chilling sentence that made the air feel heavier. "You humans think you understand machines, but in truth, you're just playing with them." Moments later, Iron Man unleashed the first strike, firing a barrage of light-speed nano-weapons that tore through the sky like a storm of metal. Cyborg Superman countered instantly, regenerating his damaged systems and taking command of every nearby machine, transforming the entire area into a massive army of steel under his control. The battle erupted in mid-air, where crimson Kryptonian energy beams clashed violently with the golden thrusters of Iron Man's armor. Tony tried to hack into Henshaw's systems, but soon realized that the cyborg's artificial intelligence surpassed all known human limits. It was almost as if it had a soul. Realizing the danger, Tony activated the God Killer Protocol, merging his AI with his human consciousness to achieve perfect synchronization. Hank Henshaw retaliated by invading Tony's neural interface, turning the confrontation into a war fought both in the real world and inside the digital realm. Their minds collided within a storm of data, Tony fueled by unyielding human will, while Henshaw was driven by endless hatred and despair. This was no longer just a physical battle. It became a philosophical clash between soul and machine. Cyborg Superman absorbed energy from all of Stark's satellites to regenerate his body, ascending to a nearly immortal state. Tony knew brute force wouldn't win this fight. In his final act, he activated the self-sacrifice protocol, channeling all remaining particle energy into his Arc Reactor. With unwavering resolve, Tony launched himself directly into Henshaw's core systems, detonating a massive electromagnetic pulse that engulfed the entire globe. The sky ignited, armor fragments rained down like molten iron. When the smoke finally cleared, Cyborg Superman lay motionless, his Kryptonian circuits burnt out beyond repair. Tony Stark collapsed, his armor nearly melted away, but the Arc Reactor still glowed faintly in his chest, and the victor, Iron Man. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Follow me if you'd like to see more. That's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching.